like the shots of NyQuil.
I don't mind them.
I can't do it.
I don't hate it.
I can't drink those things, man.
I can't drink alcohol, so.
See, that's what's interesting to me. Because I like a nice mixed drink. Like a little foo-foo drink. Do that. Rip a few dabs. Hash in the hookah has been game changer, man.
Sometimes I like one drink of my jelly beans, but that's about it.
Does that work?
Sometimes.
My cousin swore by it.
Yeah. I don't prefer... If you can get the Norks by themselves or whatever to work, that's nice. It's clean. And
it's a clean high.
It's a little blissfuler. But, like, you mix the booze in, it gets a little bit more, like, just generally, like, fuck.
I changed our YouTube demographics. It seems to be working. Have you noticed?
Kind of.
Have you noticed? Like, all of our shit's been at 500.
Yeah.
Which is odd. They said it impacts nothing.
Well, they lie.
Yeah, fucking.
We know that.
Dick faces. Did you see those talking Tesla robots?
Nah.
You didn't see those?
I heard something about it, but I didn't see anything. I don't know much about the guy. I know people really don't like him, but then the people that don't like him seem to be kind of like gay, yeah. So it's weird to know, like, where they are right and where they're just being
I don't know where Elon stands. I don't know, because he's endorsing Trump, whatever, but he's got his hands in that lithium that they made the hurricane for. Which, I mean, he's a businessman. Sure, you can. If he's not getting it, someone else will. But I don't know where he's at on this. Because then he also claims, like, all the space travel I've done, I've never contacted aliens. I've never even heard of aliens. Or
what happened to those guys that were stuck in space?
I don't know. Should we look into that first?
Do whatever you want. There's guys stuck in space, and they were going to have to, like, wait there for a year for them to go back up.
What?
Yeah.
A year?
Because they weren't going back up for a year, so they were like, well, we'll get you then. And I think, like, he saved them maybe, but then, like, they're trying to, like, downplay it. I don't fucking know anything.
Here we go. Due to issues with the Boeing Starliner.
This is all Google is now, by the way.
What? Oh, there's AI shit? Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Which is, I mean...
Who knows when this is just going to start feeding us horse shit.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of, is that it like... Because Google has...
bias.
Like, yeah, they've blocked shit. And that's why you go on DuckDuckGo.
Oh, I found the interview I was looking for in 2 seconds.
On DuckDuckGo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Alex Jones interview about the Emanuels.
Oh, you did find it? That's exciting.
Yeah. I Googling all goddamn day. Typing in the title onto YouTube, nothing pops up. Look it up on DuckDuckGo. Brings you to YouTube, the clip.
Billy was talking about Alex Jones on Howard Stern. Remember that forever ago.
They scrubbed it, yeah.
It's gone. He's right. You can't find it. Because I remember that when I was like young, like hearing that shit. Like I didn't know any of that stuff as a kid, but I remember hearing like, oh, fucking, and then Howard being a fucking nut. But no, that shit was wild.
No, now he's serving up softball questions.
He's such a fucking pussy, dude.
Oh my God.
It's embarrassing.
It's nuts.
Dude, I loved Howard. And like you go and ever since his Biden interview, he's throwing up these softballs and he's like, you've been a tremendous, but he's like, no, he's not. The old you would have bitched this guy out and fucking made fun of him.
You see the Fox interview with her?
Yeah, that was incredible.
Just every question, she's like, Donald Trump.
Yeah, and then the interviewer, I forget his name, he was like, you've been in office for 3.5 years. Like, what? How is this his fault? What? You're not listening to what I'm saying. Trump.
You know what I mean. I don't actually.
I don't know. I don't actually know what you mean.
Me and you both know, okay.
Yeah, and that's just because she's used to people being on her side. She's used to people sticking to the script, being like, no.
She's proof, though, that there was no Biden robot. If they had robots, she wouldn't be out here just fucking up.
No, yeah, they would have a man.
Or a Kamala robot.
Yeah, Kamala bot.
No, that's what I was saying previously, is just have like a regular ass guy come out and just be a normal fucking person.
No, they would have won.
It's so crazy. They would have won.
That's all it takes, is to be just a normal fucking dude.
Yeah.
And I say dude because
I like video. This is the area of the internet I've been getting into lately.
Yeah.
If you'd care to hear. I've been really enjoying watching videos of girls talking shit about women in general because it feels less crazy.
Sexist?
Yeah, when you're watching a guy do it, it's like, oh, what was this guy divorced?
hurt you?
Yeah, fag. But a girl doing it, I'm like, now I'm agreeing with a woman. Good.
One.
She's saying the things that I can't say. So, but
Two.
I mean,
and she's black.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I wouldn't say usually, but sometimes for sure.
I've been seeing a lot of that. We talked about it last week, but just black girls for Trump.
Oh, black girls for Trump is big.
Yeah. That's better than...
Black people would be conservatives if conservatives didn't have the worst marketing ever where they just get lumped in as like the whitest white people possible.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
Republican is like a white trait somehow, and it's like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you like broke down and didn't put a label on each side and you just did the bullet points for each, most people will be like, yeah, Republican. Like, why is everyone trying to take my fucking money? Be like, right.
Exactly.
Why are they trying to take your money?
Bro, I was talking to my dad, and he, one of my sister's friends, they would all come over, and my dad would argue with anybody about politics. These dudes were diehard liberal, like diehard. So they would fucking butt heads and shit. The guy then went on to a company, started his own business with this other guy, making a lot of money. They went down to Georgia to visit my parents and Katie and shit. My dad calls me and he goes, hey, you're not going to fucking believe this. He goes, I go, what? He goes, I'm going to call him Bob. He says, Bob came up to me and goes, hey, you were right. All those years, you're right. My dad's like, what? He goes, all the politics stuff, you were right. I was all over here. You were right, 100%.
It's very big of him.
Dude, my dad, hard dick, goes, I fucking told this motherfucker he didn't want to fucking believe me. Now he's got money and he has to believe me.
How many times we gotta say it?
It's funny, though.
You buy a house, it's like, oh.
No, it makes sense.
All these funny little things that were fun to believe, and now rubber meets the road, and it's like, eee.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, you see, we'll go back to the start line. You see, black people are, Obama addressed blacks.
I just saw the headline. I didn't watch the video.
A little pull your pants up moment.
Yes.
Is what happened. He was out there saying how black men don't want to vote for Kamala because she's a woman.
And you know who the last black guy to come out and say pull your pants up?
That man's in jail. Or no, he's dead.
Notable rapist Bill Cosby.
Did he die?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he got out of jail.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I could have swore he died.
Maybe. But yeah, Obama took a break from having
he's alive.
Gay and or pedophilic sex.
I got a video of this dude fucking going off.
Obama?
No, this black guy. Also Obama.
I mean, Hussein.
Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah.
That is funny though. If a white politician said that black dudes don't want to vote for Kamala because she's a woman, everyone will be like, "That's outrage!
How dare you?"
Yeah, but he says it, and they're just like, "So the fuck what?"
Why isn't this updating? I have to close this.
Yeah,
close this.
Probably force quit.
Foreskin.
Bring it back.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Obama to come get us and bring us back to the Democratic plantation. He sent Obama back to come get us. He insulted us. He said, I was highly offended when he said the only reason we voting for Donald Trump is because we don't want a woman in president, so we come up with, yo, nigga, shut up. Shut up. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for a lot of us. Fuck out of here. You gonna tell us what we think? Come on, man. Who the fuck are y'all? That shit pissed me off, man. Fuck out of here. You gonna tell us how we need to think and what we should think. Man, shut up, man. Fuck out of here. You gonna bring Barack Obama. He gonna play us. First, y'all call us low-informed voters, low information voters, misinformed voters. Now you want to come out and throw my mama in this shit. Fuck that. If my mom's was president, I ain't voting for her. My grandmother could be my own. I wouldn't vote for them either. If they got the same radical policies. Shit pissing me off, man. Watching this video with this motherfucker, man. This dude gonna come up here and tell us how we need to think. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Go back to the White House. Or wherever you came from, Barry. Now you want to address us like brothers. I ain't been your brother. Where was you at in 2008, Negro? Fuck out of here.
Calling him Barry is very funny.
It's fucking great. That's the best part.
I would love to see his face if someone hit him with Barry.
Isn't it Barry?
That'd be nice.
I want to hear that shit. But yeah, there's a ton of those videos on Twitter. They're pissed. And a right to do so. I don't blame them.
Well, yeah, black people have that happen to them way more than white people do, where they just get lumped in together.
LGBTQ.
What?
The black and the brown stripes on the LGBT flag are for...
That's not what I mean. I mean, like, that all black people think the same thing.
Oh. I thought they get grouped up with, like, social shit.
That happens too, I'm sure. But, like, I was just meaning, like, people will just walk out and say black people feel this way. And it's like, what happened to everyone's different? And
yeah,
like,
everybody's got their own opinion.
Yeah, I mean, everyone feels real comfortable just coming out and being like, the black vote. And it's like, the black vote? Like, the fuck? Seems crazy. It sounds like the Jewish problem. Like, the black vote.
We need the black vote.
It's crazy, yeah. Like, you don't think...
What's your number one concern? Oh, the black vote.
Yeah, we got to lock that down. Got to lock them up and lock them down. We got to get a system where inmates can vote. Only if they're in our jails, though.
In our jails.
No, it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. You know what else is disgusting? These poor people stuck in space. Well, not anymore. The due to issues with the Boeing Starliner spacecraft, which is... That's not Bezos, right?
No.
He's Blue Origin or whatever.
Yeah,
Blue Orgy.
Nice.
Which has safety concerns preventing the return to Earth. They're expected to be brought back. Oh my God! They're expected to be brought back by the SpaceX Dragon crew sometime in early 2025.
Yeah, I was right.
They're just stuck.
And SpaceX is going out special to get them because I think Boeing was like, well, we weren't planning on another trip until next year.
Can you fucking imagine?
And they're like two old people in space. It's a guy and a girl, and everyone was like, wow, so they're going to have sex.
You have to.
They're both married.
You know they're fucking in that space capsule.
I mean, I don't know that.
You know that.
I don't.
Come on.
A lot of people know that. I'm like, I don't know how that goes. I'd blow it for a year.
Why not? 100%. Can you imagine coming in space?
Yeah, by myself.
Man, can you turn around while I jerk off?
Oh, nothing.
In a little capsule?
Yeah. Well, exactly. When you jerk off, the entire spaceship rocks. I know what's going on in there. Okay, well, if you know what's going on, maybe don't be a bitch and give someone some privacy.
Imagine the speed.
Imagine turning in like a month. Just not dropping format. Like, okay, well, fuck off.
I can't fucking...
Like, you think I'm going to keep up social norms for a year?
We're fucking stuck in space.
Fuck off.
You think I'm dealing with this?
Yeah. I'm walking around with my nuts out.
No, imagine it comes out at a velocity that's damn near a bullet.
Well, you know, it's
imagine in space when it doesn't have gravity, it could just fucking gone. I'd crack the window.
You know, when you take painkillers, it slows down like your muscles on a level. So that's, I guess, why it's hard to shit, is because your muscles are literally like not pushing the shit along.
That makes sense. So, and that's the reason you get constipated.
Yes. And I have a theory that that's also why it's hard to come, is because you're like, you're horny or whatever, you can jerk off. But the literal muscle of like getting the cum out isn't working great.
That's interesting.
So even when you bust, it's not going to be a high velocity.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's my theory.
Your dick doesn't work on Adderall most of the time.
You said that. Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah. Just a fucking limp. Just nothing. But you're ready to go.
Oh, you have all the will and desire.
All the will. Nothing, no. God damn. Stuck in space. When the fuck did they get stuck? Did it say September?
I was going to say, I feel like in the last month or so, maybe.
Christ.
I'm not like a super internet plugged in person. Shit comes up, you know. I usually stick to my areas of YouTube. Women trying to fight men and them fighting back and them knocking a lady out. That's a big lane lately.
That one bitch came into work and was like, "Did you see? SpaceX caught the booster with the chopsticks. Perfect." I go, "Wow, that's awesome." She goes, "Yeah, like SpaceX are doing a lot of like cool stuff right now. A lot of cool stuff going on right now." I bet.
Don't you have children?
It is cool, but like,
yeah, but
to get that hyped about something.
Well, because there's the subtext of like, it's like if I got excited for a fight and then while someone was also excited, I was like, well, I'm really excited because I like used to, like, I think her thing, that's like the same vibe. It's like you can't get excited because she'll just out one up you. So, well, I'm into that.
I've been to online astronaut school.
Yeah,
I've
so
done it.
I'm like, you're excited.
I would never fit in the capsule.
Yeah. I look like a witch all year round, not just for the spooky season. People love to throw spook around this time of year.
Oh, I'm getting spooked. I was throwing around the other day. I was hiding behind the door scaring people. Like, when they would be like, "What the fuck?" On the third time, I'd go, "What's the season?"
When I grew up, spook meant a different thing.
It was a different thing. You couldn't say it.
I was taught you don't say spook.
It was for your grandfather.
My grandpa he would peer out the window at the only black kid that lived in his neighborhood, playing totally normal football with the other white kids.
Yeah.
And just being like, spooks. And like, what happened?
What happened, Gramp? You can't say
What is he doing that's like upsetting you? I get using a slur for someone. Like, if there's a built-in word for people and you're doing something annoying, like, I understand going to that word. But, like, it's children playing football. If it was 6 white kids, it'd be like, look at that, good American.
Look at that. This kid's outside.
But 5 and 1, and now you're like, what the hell are these kids up to? I'm like, up to?
What is this kid up to?
Yeah.
He just caught a one-handed touchdown. The kid's an athlete. Kid's incredible.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Sports is like the great unifier for race. But you know what I realized is that only applies to men. Women hate each other on such a level that sports can't even overcome it. You remember last year or a year or two ago when there was like that damn near race riot over women's college basketball?
I remember that.
Well, that never stopped.
That's still going on.
They both went to the WNBA. There's much less racial connotations to it now, but there is as far as like the masses. But the white lady's just a much better player, and she's like a generational talent,
which is fine.
And like got all these awards. She has the most assists ever in a season as a rookie.
Really?
But like that's not the. As a rookie, she broke this record, but the record isn't for rookies. The record is in a season who has the most assists ever, and she did it in her first year. So it's like she's really fucking good. And no one will just give her props, and everyone's like allowed to fucking foul her hard as shit.
Really?
And everyone just kind of like allows it because it's like, well, because
if you want to be the best.
Well, if the skill level is, so then they're like, well, okay, that's cool that she gets to, play like that in college. We'll see when she gets to play against some real women, and then she smokes everybody. But the WNBA is like thriving because of this, and everyone's upset. It's because it's a white lady, and it's like, well, not for nothing, but every time a black person gets swapped out into a superhero movie for a white character, I have to hear about how it's for representation, and people want to go to theaters and see someone that looks like them.
Yeah.
Which I half understand and half don't.
Which applies to basketball for us more than anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
I
like,
wanna go,
okay, so you're mad that no one goes to see
the
the game.
Yeah.
But then now that there is someone that you can like resonate with and be like, oh, look, it's not just like
Yeah.
100% like, oh, wow. So
don't you think
I feel like it's the same thing in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's like you just want someone that looks like you to make it like believable or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the argument I've heard for the
I would have
other
loved to
side.
seen Larry Bird play. I would have loved it.
It's a great white.
Yeah, I mean,
Shark.
they should have called him the Shark.
That's what they should have. The old Boston Shark.
Who's the white guy Jordan passed to?
Paxson?
I don't know.
Steve Kerr?
I don't know.
Okay.
He hit a 3 though, won the game. Everybody was covering Jordan. Nobody expected Jordan to pass to a honk.
I think
Pass to the honk, shot the 3, won.
I think both of them on the Paxson and Kerr. Those are the two white guards that he played with that I can think of. But this lady, you know, WNBA people for years have been bitching about wanting more money and shit, even though they don't. They're a non-profitable league. They lose money, and the NBA gives them more money to use. Just straight up donates it to them, and
just keep the league going.
The NBA players donate their time to going to the games, and WNBA players are nothing ever but ungrateful.
It's also objectively they're bad. I've seen more missed layups. I can hit a layup.
They've had the same highlight reel for probably 12 years now that they play the same commercial. Imagine if the NBA had highlights from fucking 15 years ago for the upcoming season. They play the highlights from last season because there's infinity highlights.
I saw a highlight where someone ended up missing, but they just like got like a good rebound or some shit.
That's the lady that is opposite Caitlin Clark, the Angel Reese chick. She's the only category she's like good in is rebounding, but then someone looked into it and it's like, well, she just misses a bunch and then she gets her own rebound. So
is that what it is?
Inflated stat kind of.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah. But she's making all this money for the league now. People come to all these games. I guess she's going to go play in Europe now because she's tired of
the race war.
Yeah, just dealing with all the bullshit and like no one like just being this crazy fucking bullshit. She's like, I just like playing basketball. I'm just going to go over here and play basketball and like where shit isn't weird as fuck and you guys can like, you know, enjoy whatever fantasy bullshit you have going over here and like not get any of the money that I'm about to keep generating.
Yeah. Or like just eyes on the sport. That's fucked up.
What an indictment of women.
They hate women more than I think men do. Women hate women more than men.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's insane, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, sports is supposed to be the thing that, like, it ended racism. It didn't defeat racism, but, like, for racist people, they made them stop being racist, you know?
I saw a white guy with a Jackie Robinson hat.
Exactly.
And why that was funny, I have no idea. But
it is funny.
It was fucking hilarious. I was dying laughing.
Like I said, if you're an old man, you can get away with it. But a young man buying a Jackie Robinson... You probably watched the fucking Jay-Z movie.
Yeah.
About Jackie and was like, wow.
Is it called 42?
Yeah.
I never seen it.
Me neither.
I don't like sport movies. They're fine.
I read books on Jackie Robinson. Okay.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
You read Malcolm X's book.
I started it.
A lot of people want to call you a racist.
People would love to sit. You know me. People would be shocked. They would love to count themselves as less racist than me. And then when we hit the download and you see what we've both done for the community behind us, I crush these fucking...
At least we're trying.
How many dashikis do you own? How
many animals? Yeah, no.
No,
We spent last pod trying to prove that Africans were in America before anyone.
I do.
And I'm on board with that.
So much fucking race research.
No, listen.
Compared to these people that want to call me
These people hung up on their white guilt.
Ugh.
I'm going to buy a Jackie Robinson hat.
That's honestly how I feel, though, man. I had white guilt as a child when no one even knew what was fucking happening. And now all these people want to talk to me, who's been doing the fucking work in the meantime. Well, they've been drunk sucking dick, and now they want to tell me I should be at a fucking march for people. every fucking person's been caught using that money to buy mansions and shit.
Yeah.
That entire thing was a goddamn scam. And
The
somehow
entire thing.
it's beyond reproach to say that you're fucking dumb for getting caught up in that shit when you easily could have
It's a psyop.
enjoyed your day.
It was a psyop. That's all it was. How come we all had a social distance, but then during the BLM protest, well, you're allowed to go out and protest. You got to speak your mind, but also social distance. Like, well, what the fuck's the thing?
Yeah.
Why is this? Oh, because it's fake.
It's all fake. It's a harsh reality. You'd like to think that stuff means something. That's what I always get hung up on with like honor and stuff. Like, imagine living in fucking feudal Japan where honor was like a true thing.
A thing. You honored your family
And like
your legacy.
If you shamed your family, you'd fucking kill yourself.
Seppuku.
Like, there's real like stakes involved.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're watching Sopranos. There's a Jewish guy that they're trying to rough up to give in, and he's like, and they keep saying like they're gonna kill him. He's like, you don't understand. If you kill me,
If you kill me.
he's like Hasidic, so I don't quite know how to do it. It's not just like Shlomo.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Charlie M.
It's like, if you kill me, you'll bring shame upon my father-in-law's business and family. So in both ways, I win. And the guy's like, you'd really let me kill you, you sick fuck, wouldn't you? And he's like, I would. Yeah. They end up threatening to chop his balls off, and that he doesn't want.
He goes, well, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah. Get this. So
The fucking Jew.
the guy offers Tony Soprano. I'm sure everyone's seen the show. It's new to me.
I never seen him.
The guy tells Tony Soprano, like, hey, these, like, they exclusively refer to the Hasidics as, like, goofballs and weirdos and shit. Like, yeah, this fucking guy, he says he's going to pay you, like, 50 grand to rough somebody up. He sounds like the easiest fucking gig in the world. And the Jewish dude that is, like, part of his crew, he's like, I wouldn't fuck with Hasidics. Like, you want no part of that.
Really?
Yeah.
And this all leads back. They're the bad. They're the Jews who dug the tunnel under that synagogue.
No, I think it's like a more specific sect.
I see.
Hasidic is too wide of a thing, I believe. Bad timing on the dab, huh? Wow. That was hard to watch.
That was intense.
Can't even enjoy yourself. That's like jerking off under the gun or something when you got people coming in.
That's the worst.
Oh, my God. It's like, this is supposed to be enjoyable, not stressful.
Or jerking off in the basement, hearing footsteps coming down.
Come on. No, but he says,
Peppery.
the main Hasidic dude comes by and says, my daughter's husband is like not treating her right. And he says that since she wants a divorce, but it's like our custom that if they get divorced, he's going to take half my business because that was like his investment in my daughter.
Wow. An investment in my daughter?
Yeah, that's, I'm not.
That's like a dowry. All right? Dowry.
Sort of. I think dowry's like up front though. It's like it's like a sum of money.
Here's $100,000.
I don't think it's like you get to own the business. You don't take the business over.
I see.
Could be. I don't know. But that's also one of those things too where like if it's one culture, girls will be like, oh, that's their culture. But then if it's like a Hasidic Jew, they're like, that's awful. And it's like,
That's
you're just allowed to be. Yeah.
Why is that allowed?
Yeah.
So the man would get half of the daughters?
No, the daughter's father, his business.
He would get half of the daughter's father's business.
Yeah. So the guy was saying how I guess there used to be like a group of rabbis that would go and like that was the mob for them, and they would go like fuck up somebody into divorcing her without doing that. But they got broken up, so now they have to go to the Italian mob. And Tony Soprano's deal is like, so
is he the boss? He's the Don.
He's the boss of North Jersey, not
okay.
the entire operation.
Okay.
So he goes, so the son wants to take 50% of the business, right? He's like, I'll do it for 25%. Like, you give me quarter of the business, I'll make sure this guy fucks off. And the guy's like, all right. So then, like I said, they go fuck the guy up. They threaten to cut his balls off. He's like, all right, I'll divorce her. So then they go to, like, collect the 25% from the main dude. And he's like, well, I figured, I would give him the 15%. I'd give you the other 10 because, you're able to come to terms. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, well, you didn't exactly do what you said you would do.
Because he said he was going to kick his ass.
Oh, he kicked the shit out of him.
Okay, so he said he was going to kill him or something.
I don't even really understand what that. I think he was just being like a slimy,
just a Jew.
I think he was being like the Hitler drawing.
Well, if
Yeah.
I mean,
Soprano puts him up against the wall and he's like, "You give me my fucking 20. You want to give that rat fuck 15%? You take it out of your cut.
Yeah,
take it out of mine."
I mean, I thought
I've
this
pretty much been watching the show for him.
I thought this was amicable. I mean, I thought we could, come to terms with this, some type of, situation.
No, that's like Long Island. This Hasidic Jew's like, this is like biblical Jew.
I don't know what a Hasidic Jew sounds
like. The full.
He's got the tassels.
The full sideburns.
Sideburns.
Unkept.
I follow a dude on Instagram who's the most Jewish guy I've ever seen in my entire life. He's got the sideburns. He wears the yarmulke, and then he's got these fucking teeth that are. Dude, it's like he's got dentures and he's got horse teeth in. But he makes these beautiful meals. Fucking gorgeous meals. Look really good. You learn about different holidays. It's a good channel. I don't know his name, but
we missed the Jewish holidays this month. We got to do those next time.
That would be fun.
We missed Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
Those are big ones.
Big.
Big.
I used to get off school for those.
I don't even know what those are.
I don't either, but I used to get off school for them.
No, those are big things.
I hated it.
I used to get Pulaski Day off.
Like, what do you mean I have to go to school
on
all
Yom
the days
Kippur.
in October?
That sucks.
Yeah.
What is Yom Kippur? Should we look it up or do we save that?
I think it's like their New Year's or something.
It's weird how all these countries...
Rosh Hashanah.
It's weird how all these people have different New Years. Chinese New Year, Yom Kippur, our New Year.
Well, you could have the same calendar and just decide, like...
It's like their fiscal year.
But, like, what if they just moved...
That's when Jews started during Yom Kippur, so that's like a fiscal year.
Yeah,
so
they go like... They don't even have seasons, they have quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all money. It's money talk with these people. They love it. They fucking love it.
It's their bread and butter.
That's what it is.
What were they doing in the Bible? Selling stuff outside the temple.
Making money. Making moves.
Jesus had to come lay down the law,
the
Chuck
beginning of
Norris style.
What's that thing Allie sent us?
What?
That podcast where they were talking. I
Is
didn't.
that the Hamilton Morris dude? Is that drug guy we used to
That's
watch?
what I was wondering.
Yeah, I gotta click on that.
You saying Jesus used
children as drugs, which is what the elite do now, is they use children as,
which would sound like a thing that Hamilton would talk about. Drugs.
Yes. He does an adrenochrome episode. Oh my god.
No, that'd be incredible. He's not doing anything now. Does he just have a podcast?
I guess so, yeah. Because, the show stopped. Every now and again, I see a new one pop up, so I don't know what his contract is exactly.
That show was great.
Yeah, it was fucking
show was really
the
good.
deal.
Going and licking.
He was like exactly what you wanted.
Yes, not like a fucking...
You don't want the full hippie dude. You don't want a chemistry, full-blown scientist guy. He knew his chemistry shit, but it was also a fucking little, like, drug nerd.
Yeah, I would... Yeah, the kind of guy who would go take a fucking DMT in the jungle.
But he also wasn't, like, so swept up in the spiritual stuff or, like, the ritual of it all. Like, he's like, it's just a compound, so, like, he was great.
No, he's the kind of guy you want, like, talking to Congress and being like, listen, these things
No, well, you can't have him talk to Congress because he talks crazy, remember?
He's
fucking... like, well...
oh, he does talk like that. That's right.
Get him and John Levy together. This
Were there
compound,
drugs in the star for it?
The adrenochrome.
It's literally that dude at work. That's literally who it is.
No.
Ooh. Well, no, he's just... That guy's just more into music. It's enough. You want to see these talking Tesla robots? You want to see the scariest thing you'll ever fucking see?
It's insane. It's even talking. I have my friend John.
John? Where's John?
Right here.
Oh, hello, John.
How are you? That's crazy. I'm talking to a robot. From San Jose. Probably from where you were born in Silicon Valley.
Wonderful. Where do you live in San Jose? Do you live in Mountain Valley or do you live in the Santa Teresa area?
No, I live in Los Gatos.
Los Gatos. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Nice area.
Where do you live?
Beautiful hiking I hear out there.
There is. Where do you live?
I live in Palo Alto at the current moment.
Figures. Yeah, this is awesome.
That's where they train us, that's where we get our builds, and that's where we work with a wonderful group of people.
What's the hardest thing about being a robot?
Trying to learn how to be as human as you guys are. And that's something I try harder to do every day, and I hope that you will help us become that.
Well, awesome. Nice to meet you, Optimus.
You as well.
Okay, here's a scenario. Everybody gets one of these, right? They become cheap enough to where it's like, oh, you have this. This is basically
fuckholes.
this. They obviously are going to. These things become like Alexa. Everybody's got one of these things in their house. Okay, COVID-2, lockdown. This thing's popping a hand on your chest. You're trying to leave the house. Hey, no.
You didn't realize that it was only ever using 30% of its power. You didn't realize that it goes up to 100.
He's fucking Jay.
And it can just like,
yeah, he'll rip the fuck. Yeah, he'll
Winter
fucking,
Soldier your arm.
He'll fucking crush the doorknob. You'll
Yeah.
never leave. Imagine that. Oh, hey, hi. It looks like there's a lockdown in your area. How about you stay here? I'll go out for you.
Is the face like that because of someone could like FaceTime onto it or something?
That'd be fucking weird. Maybe.
And then they can like...
I assume there's just a bunch of sensors behind that. They can't figure out how to put that in like an eye yet. If you give those things human faces and a moving mouth, that's fucked up. That's scary. I like the no face.
It still talks in like AI responses though. It's not like conversing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like
It's like
I
the
hear
video
what you
game.
I
Like
hear what I hear what you
choices,
say.
Yeah,
I give out information I know about what you said.
it's impressive as hell, but it's not like me being like catch the fights this weekend. And he's like, I don't even know who the fuck's.
I don't even know who's fighting.
Yeah.
Well, he would know who's fighting.
That's fair. It's like shit. I can check. Do you want me to? Like, yes.
Yes, fuckhead. Yeah, that's what you can I get a dumb AI.
This is trying to be more human. That's what it's gonna end up being like. It's the fucking Holloway fight. No, it's not. That's 2 weeks from now. I know when the Holloway fight is.
Okay, I'm sorry. I looked at the fucking thing wrong.
I'm gonna go get something to eat. You don't even offer me anything? I think we should see other people.
I think I'm actually gonna head out.
Yeah.
I can't fucking stand you right now. No, they get mad.
That's what it is to be human. It's to be a piece of shit.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to allow this thing because Teslas have auto drive. I wonder if they're going to allow it to be like, because I know he wants these to be, hey, go get me a gallon of milk. And we'll go to the store and we'll go get you a gallon of milk. It'll come back.
What kind of feet do they have? Those regular feet? Sorry to cut you off.
This thing just has
shoes. In my head, I pictured talons.
Yes. Like,
I got so scared for a second.
I figured when as it walked, you'd hear shing, shing, shing,
I
shing.
pictured like full velociraptor feet.
See, but
yeah.
It
So it just walks good?
I guess, yeah, it's got like Nikes on. It fucking rolls, dude.
He's on my feet.
Yeah, dude, he fucking rocks. Look at this one. Welcome to the China Club.
What drink would you like? What are the options? I have a robo-punch, and I have a...
This shit is so fucking gay, though.
It is gay. You know, well, it's the gayest people making
That's what
it.
I'm saying.
That's what
Like,
it is. Yeah, you can't
good
win. You're not
Lord.
gonna win. It's like when the thing said, I'm just trying to be more human like you guys, everybody. Ha 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 ha. You should be scared. That's a scary response.
When they make movies, if movies sounded like this, they'd be like, "Oh wow, no black people in the writers' room, no black people in Silicon Valley, like no diversity hire or whatever the fuck. Like we don't want different voices." It sounds like a black guy doing an impression of a white guy. And it's like, "Oh yeah, sure. I live in Silicon Valley. That's super.
That's super.
That's how that motherfucker talk. Like, oh, we've got a robo punch. Be like." We get it. We're at the fucking robot thing. Yep. Robo punch.
Do you think you'll ever be able to buy like different race robots? Or like
Just
because
watch The Curb where he bought a different race baby doll and he he's like, yeah. He goes to the baby shower and he gives it to him. He's like, yeah, I got a mulatto.
what?
No good.
I took
We
a
prefer
risk.
biracial now.
Took a risk.
I took a risk.
Took a risk. That's the best line.
And
I
then
fucking
later
love
to
that.
a nurse says that she's biracial, and he goes, mulatto. And she makes the face, he goes, I got to ask you, is that no good? She goes, we've moved away from that over the years. He goes, okay, now I know.
Now I know.
Mulatto's out.
Mulatto.
And then he's later informing Richard Lewis about it. He's like, by the way, mulatto, cannot say, won't say.
That dude died.
Yeah, I didn't care for him and Marty.
I
both died.
didn't care for that.
Yeah.
No shit.
Well, I didn't care for you saying it. No, Richard Lewis is great. There was a whole episode about him being like, I'm with a black woman, and I go into the Lakers locker room. These guys, I see one of the forwards, and you can put out the Chicago Fire with this thing.
I still love his the blank from hell. He coined that. Do you know where
that's Richard
from?
Lewis's?
Do you know where that's from? That's from Richard Lewis. He coined that. What are you talking about?
There was a Native American in the last episode where he said something where he's like, there's a Native American saying that what goes around comes around. It's like, you sure that one's yours? I think that one's public domain. I don't know if that's you.
I don't know if that's your guys.
No, that's
Because it hasn't come around yet.
the best show.
No, Curb, yeah.
It's literally untouchable.
Even better than Sunny.
Well,
It's a different show.
I mean, Curb gets to say fuck. Curb gets to be weird and like surreal and be on HBO.
If Sunny was
and,
on
like,
HBO.
45 minutes long instead of like more sitcom.
Yeah.
30 minutes with commercials.
Yeah. They should make a Sunny movie.
Have that be the finale or something.
Something, yeah.
Could see that.
I wonder when that will end. We talked about it. Probably when Danny DeVito dies.
If not before, that would be the final.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
It's
What are we doing?
You're not going back to. No,
Yeah.
we're not fucking. Yeah, you're trying to capture lightning in a bottle.
Imagine they recast him with like Mini-Me.
He's dead.
Or,
Yeah, just another
One of
short. One of them.
come on, man.
They didn't use little people in that Snow White movie. They made the live action one,
Yeah, but they'll put
which is
fucking-
just fucking weird. Bunch of grown men.
What
walking
lengths you'd have to go to
to find?
instead of just having midgets?
Yeah, you went with midget that time.
I don't subscribe to the other words being better. If a midget told me that word offended them, I would believe them. But I've only ever heard fucking
They call
regular
it midget
sized
wrestling.
people. Dwarf is worse. Dwarf can't be better. Dwarf is way worse.
Dwarf's not good. I would never want to
I
be
feel
called a
so
dwarf.
uncomfortable using dwarf. Little
Well,
person.
no,
feels
dwarf's another
demeaning.
thing. Dwarf's a different thing. That's a different thing than little people, I think.
Oh,
I think. Hold on.
I don't know. I think it's literally dwarfism, but dwarfism I even disagree with. How are you going to name it that? Imagine calling someone like an elf. Not even real. Allegedly.
Oh, I guess it is the same thing.
But
I was wrong.
Dwarf sounds like a slur more than
It does
midget
sound like
does.
a slur.
And
Little person is often preferred.
little person
Midget
sounds
is considered
demeaning.
offensive and should not be used. Wow. That's AI telling you that too. And AI is the most up to date, is something I've learned watching Lex Friedman.
Yeah, but it's also not a midget, and therefore not someone I'm comfortable taking that from. Like I said, if there's like an NAACP for little people, and they say that, I'll change. But midget to me sounds the least offensive. What if I was like, I won't say spook or split, but the N-word doesn't even sound that bad to me, so I say it. The logic doesn't really.
There's a little people, the LPA, Little People of America.
So they're going by little people.
Little People of America.
Okay.
That's what they're going by.
I'll say little people. It sounds mean.
Look at that little person.
That's better than
Little guy.
midget is just a fucking word. It's
It
like the
is.
word for what that is. I
No.
don't understand.
No, there's
the
plenty
issue.
of words. It's like the word.
That's my point. It's not like that. It's like you can't help how people, whatever the word is, there are going to be shitty people that say it meanly.
There it is.
So midget isn't a
Except
bad word.
honky.
People were saying it mean. Now, honky is only ever said in a fun way.
Do you think, but now there's a situation. You're in an altercation in public. Another race says, you fucking honky. Is that gonna cut through it all? Does that do anything to you?
No. If someone was specifically calling me like white boy or like this one,
Hey, white boy. White boy, I think, is more offensive.
Yeah, white boy is always like, because sometimes it's really fun, but then
Yeah, it's hilarious.
sometimes
I love
it's
it.
like, hey, I'm a man.
Hey,
See,
stop that.
It doesn't feel nice to be called a little person. That's my whole point.
That is true. You want to watch a Nike commercial?
You seen all these commercials they keep putting out for like, be a man? And that's like fags
No, what are you
for
talking about?
Biden or
Oh,
for
I've seen that,
Harris
yeah.
and shit.
Where it's trying to cater. It's like I own 17 guns and I'm voting for Biden or for Harris.
I think the bravest thing a man can do is support a woman. It's like some biker. It's like you guys are literally all like theater people dressed up right now. It's not like you found people on the street saying this shit.
Wish I had one of those manly.
Harris commercial.
Do you suffer from ED?
Yeah, this shit.
Creatives called Vote Save America.
What the fuck?
Oh, this news channel is great though.
Sky News? They're on it.
They hate all this bullshit.
I'm a man,
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's a gay
That's what
guy.
bear hugs are for.
And I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies? Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president? Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement. Because I'm man enough to support women.
Full
Man
throat.
enough to know
Who
what
says
kind of
that?
dope.
What
Man
is
enough to
pause,
admit I'm
brother?
lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one
You've
of those
never been
pants
with a
books
woman.
that the sisters like. Man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love
Does he
Actually.
fuck the horse?
Goodwill Hunting.
West Side Story. That.
What's this thing? Saw a
I'm sick
fat
of
fucking
so-called
cowboy.
men
Supposed to be out
domineering,
working all
belittling,
day.
and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women. I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
This
Women
is a
who take
studio
charge.
gym that
And
we
I'm
have
man
film
enough to
equipment
help
set
them
up
win.
in.
Sky News host James Morrow,
That's
Rita
great.
Panicky, and Rowan Dean.
That's real life. That's not like an Onion thing or something. Look at that fucking piece. Ugh.
I love women.
I'm not scared of girls.
I'm not.
I'm
either.
a man.
I'll beat the shit out of a woman.
I'd box that bitch up sideways.
I'm afraid of a woman.
Yeah. I'd stick and move on that hoe. She couldn't touch me. I got reach on her for days. I hit like a horse. She hit like a bitch. But you know one thing she can do that I can't? Be president.
You goddamn right.
She's got policies and
That's all I got.
yeah.
I got nothing else. You want to watch another?
Well, that's why they just cut in between everybody. So if everyone's got like the capacity to read like one line. At
No,
a
half
time
those-
off the board.
Half those were the best, especially for the fat farmer. They're like, I need you to be as manly as possible. And this person,
I eat carburetors for breakfast.
okay, now do that again, but like
Do you think
a
anyone
little more manly.
in a mechanic in an auto shop has ever been like, "Whoo, brother, I ate carburetors for breakfast." Like,
woo-wee!
it's literally like an impression of like girls night out talking about guys. Like, he thought he was so cool because he raw dogged the flight.
He never asked for directions.
That shit, yeah.
No. That's the man.
And now it's just cuck-ass guys have to go up there and be like, yeah, that's totally me. I'm a total guy. I would never ask for directions. But I'd stop and ask for the directions to the poll.
To vote, brother.
Because I love football, and he used to coach football. Tim Waltz.
He fucked a kid or two, but it don't matter.
I think there's literally stuff coming out about that.
No, it's going to happen. No, you're 100% right.
No, I'm saying I think I heard that. I don't know if it's any validity to it at all, but I think people were saying.
Was that Truth Social?
I think War Mode probably, which is basically gospel.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. That guy also was like a fucking like associate coach. He's not like the head coach that ever like those little ads of people being like, "Oh wow, Coach Waltz."
Wow. Yeah, what's up, dude? He was locker room supervisor. That's what he was.
He was fucking like, "Oh, the time the boys are changing. Yeah, I'll pop in.
I'll pop in there.
Wish him good luck."
Hey, boy. Hey, good job out there. Oh, he's from Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you know?
I wish he doesn't talk like that.
I feel like I'd like him more if he did.
The light on him. Like, Mr. Waltz, there are very serious accusations against you. Well, I wouldn't harm any of the kids. I just served my country.
No, it's actually come out. You multiple kids have said you've put hands on them.
And somehow it keeps getting swept under the rug.
Swept right under the rug.
Turns
Your Waltz
like
on the
Fargo, small town.
Oh, back in my day, kids weren't.
When I was coming up in the Army, you were allowed to goose somebody.
You goose them.
And I don't know when this went out the window, but I run my football team like the military, and
it's a tight ship.
If I'm gonna go and say cup check on the kid who I know ain't wearing their cup yet, I just saw him take his pants off, hasn't had time to put his cup on.
His balls are out.
So yeah, I understand the fact that my hand's gonna touch his cock and balls, but see, that's football.
It's football, baby.
That's what sports.
That's how you go all state.
That's locker room talk. Didn't you guys hate it when Trump said locker room talk about grabbing? Well, that was
vile.
That was wrong.
That was upsetting.
To talk about doing a fictional thing
to a woman.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid of women. Unlike Donald Trump.
So, again, this is the corner of YouTube I've been on lately. It'll be women. This is the video that I love. This is the style video I like.
What's up, guys?
No, I hate that. It's a bunch of clips of women talking into the camera being like, I'm at this singles event and there's no men, or being like, okay, I'm out to go find like a nice guy today. I'm going to be like the one to be forward. And I went to this bar and I went to this coffee shop and like no one hit on me or did anything. And then someone will be like, I'm going to go out and make the first move on someone at a grocery store. And then it's them like reporting back in and being like, yeah, that was like really uncomfortable and it was really awkward, and like it was like I've never had someone like look at me that way. It was like he looked through me once everything was going good, and then when I asked him out, he just like got all weird. And I can't believe that's how like guys must feel all the time. And then a girl pops up in the corner, and then she starts like bitching all those dumbasses out, and she's like, yeah, maybe it's because we spent the last 10 years talking about how we don't need guys and we don't fucking want guys to fucking look at us or talk to us or do anything because we can do it all ourselves. And now all of a fucking sudden that we want to get married and do shit like that, like now
no one's being forward anymore. Like,
yeah, and it's like, well, you got fucking you Me Too'd them out of it. Like any dude that not everybody, like plenty of people still fucking use Tinder and all that shit. It's fine, but
that's mutual.
But then also like
you don't know what you don't know if this
talk about like how they can't find a good guy or anything, and then you get into you don't want to go into Andrew Tate territory, but there's like the step before you get there where it's just people being like, yeah, crazy that, like, it's like that meme of the nerd holding all the books.
Yeah.
And then he's like, why does she always go for the thugs? And the guy, like, steals the girl from her. And then later, the nerd is rich, and he's, like, doing science and has, like, a bag of money. And she's got, like, 7 kids, and the dad's not there.
Yeah.
And now she wants... It's like that just over and over again. But maybe not as crazy as that. But, like, there's people out there having fun, but now you have 2 fucking kids, or you have, like, a crazy high body count or whatever, and you want to, like, settle down.
What do you have to offer? You have nothing to offer.
You have of no vet. So I've seen a lot of videos where, like, those type of dudes will, like, talk to girls like that, and as they're spinning them out, they'll be like, you've expired.
Yeah.
They'll ask them, like, how old they are, and they're like, you've expired.
Yeah.
And you see that actually break the girl's brain.
You're fucked up.
That really fucks them up.
Because that's in the back of their head.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, you're putting on these, like, fake, like, I'm fine. I'm not too old. I have 2 kids and, like, 2 different dads and, like, whatever.
But I'm
it's
still
fine.
a piece of ass.
Yeah, I'm still a hot piece of ass. And you realize it's like, oh.
Some guy's like, wow, you're grotesque. And just, like, ruins the lady's day.
Yeah, fuck someone up. No, it's fucked up. Keep talking.
Yep, just a lot of cool videos like that. Just like I said, when a guy says that stuff, it comes off real aggressive and like, okay, man, someone hasn't gotten laid. But a girl saying it is like, yes, you see it also, right?
Yeah, it's also crazy to approach somebody who isn't talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, especially in, like, a grocery store. Like, I'm business in a grocery store. You don't even go in the grocery store.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
But, like, you go in, like, you got to, I got the path down.
Oh, bang.
Boom,
bang,
I'm there,
bang.
I'm there, I'm in. I'm not browsing, I'm not looking, I'm not talking to people. I'm looking at people, but I'm not talking to people. So you get cold approach like that and be like, bitch, who the fuck are you? Is this a prank?
That would hop in my head. I thought that one time.
Yeah, are
there
you
was
recording me? Like, what's happening right now?
You know the double turning lane into my parents', like, into the behind their neighborhood?
Yes. By the gas station.
Yeah. I was in the right, and there was a car full of girls one time in the left. And at one point, they started, like, shouting to me. And my brain...
When was this?
I was probably, like, 18 or something.
Oh.
So, like, the best shape I would
You
have
look
ever
good.
in.
You look good.
My brain heard them and was like, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm going to fucking turn and be like, get got or whatever. I'm going to act like I don't fucking hear these pieces of shit and just stay about my business. And I just fucking drove.
Eyes front. Were they still yelling at you?
Didn't ignite. Yeah, they just kept, like.
You could have had a force.
The girl on both sides. So I drive home and I'm like, my mom's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, you wouldn't believe the fucking car full of idiots yelling. And she's like, what do you mean? And I explained, like, the details. And she's like, you don't think that maybe one of them would have, like, yelled their number to you or something? And I was like, that's fucking retarded. That doesn't even make any fucking sense what you just said.
Why would anybody do that,
And then, like, years later, I was like, oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Probably.
Yeah, what was 4 girls going to yell at me?
Yeah.
Like, they were going to fight me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what was the thing going to be?
That's fucking great.
Yeah. But in my...
Fuck you! Some fucking crazy shit they yell at you.
No, my brain just processes like, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll turn around and get fucking... Be on some bullshit video. Or
some bitch will have her tits out. I'll have to look at that.
No, that would have been something.
Didn't you see someone getting roadhead once?
1,000%. I thought I was crazy for like a couple lights, and it kept happening, and I was like, there ain't no way. This isn't. And then I was like trying to pull up next to them to like see, yeah. And then I was like, all right, well, now I'm just cramping someone's style. I'll drive away.
That's funny.
Well, it sucked because I was stuck behind him, and I was like enjoying myself laughing, but then he's driving kind of slow because he's getting ahead. So then I had to kind of get around him, yeah.
Fucking swerving.
There was a little bit, yeah. I was laughing so fucking, I was like, this is crazy.
We went disc golfing, and some dude was having sex with some girl.
Hideous.
Really?
Probably. I hope.
I fucking hope so.
For me to be sane, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't exist just knowing people are out there getting their dick sucked all the time by hot people. Like, why would you lower yourself to this, ma'am?
Ma'am, get some fucking respect.
Christ.
God damn it. We rolled up disc golfing on two people having sex in the car. And he had tinted windows, but you could see the girl in the front seat like backwards and the dude like leaned back. And my buddy Michael was like, watch this. Fucking laid on the horn. Dude, these people freaked out. And then we laughed for about 20 minutes.
That's very funny on your part, but from their part, it's like...
It's broad daylight. You're in the middle of the parking lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Just like, why would the honk be for you necessarily? Or like what? Like, if you already decided to fucking broad daylight, like...
Well, also in that situation, you're like, what if someone sees? What if someone comes up?
Well,
I've been nervous.
Is like, you're already kind of committed to the thing. Like,
yeah.
Someone wants to honk. What are they going to do? Call the police? Like, I don't...
Maybe. Some old bitch.
I guess I'm thinking disc golf is going to be like dudes showing
You would think,
up,
yeah, well, yeah, I would think, yeah. Not going to many Karens disc golfing.
Right. It's not like just a general path.
Yeah.
Where like, yeah, ladies like power walking. Oh my.
Oh my word. The fuck? Show some respect. You want to watch a woke Nike commercial? I got CNN. I got
whatever thing you think is going to make me angry. So I know.
Oh, the last thing?
I know that's all you want.
You want that thing? This isn't even that.
Oh.
This was just going to be a funny like woke Nike commercial. We'll watch that, and then I'll piss you off.
On dynasties.
I'm restarting it right now.
Today I have a presentation on dynasties. But I refuse to talk about the ancient history and drama. That's just the patriarchy. Instead, I'm going to talk about a dynasty that I actually look up to. An all-women dynasty. Women of color. Gay women. Women who fight for social justice. Women with a jump shot. A dynasty that makes your favorite men's basketball, football, and baseball teams look like amateurs. A dynasty with fire braids. A dynasty with sick style. A dynasty with crazy dimes. A dynasty that makes Alexander the Great look like Alexander the... Okay. The dynasty that's been reigning for the past 25 years. It's undefeated since '96. The USA basketball women's national team, 7-time consecutive gold medalist.
There's literally countries where women would get like shot in the head for picking up a basketball.
Like they can be a part of whatever dynasty.
Who's their competition?
The greatest dynasty ever.
That's also not what a dynasty is. An Olympic team can't be a dynasty.
That is true.
That's so fundamentally fucking retarded. A dynasty implies like the Yankees had a dynasty, the Patriots had a dynasty because they managed to like recoup players and constantly rebuild. The Spurs had a dynasty. Like the Olympic team, there's 4 years in between competition before they practice together. They're barely
ever together.
They're like a
like an all-star team.
Yes. What am I trying to think of? They're like the Defenders in Marvel. They're not like a true team, but they come together when needed.
For their country.
No.
Thank you.
That's yeah, no one would care about
Alexander the Great conquered the Mediterranean.
The one let's not even talk about that. Let's just think what a fucking stupid commercial that you're talking about the women's basketball team and you start I'm late for class. I'm giving a presentation, but I don't want to talk about the patriarchy. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Like talk about basketball. Like you said one thing about jump shots. Like if they're so goddamn good, why do we have to draw from this bin of horse shit to try to make it seem like something's happening instead of just being like, you know how they would advertise the men's? They'd show the highlights. They'd play the highlights and be like,
isn't this incredible?
The team that's won the most gold medals ever. And instead they have to be like, 25 years of greatness. And it's like, didn't fucking women's basketball start in the rest of the world like 10 years ago? Like, who have we been playing for a quarter of a century?
They'll make any men's team look like amateurs.
It's like, what are we doing?
What is this?
Who is this for?
Who's this for? Who's watching this and going, oh, okay.
I can't imagine girls in high school basketball who, like, are good at basketball. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't watch that. No girl who plays basketball is like, oh, the men's team looked like a joke out there. Like,
my sister played basketball and is gay and would laugh at that.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that speaks to who they think they're, like, trying to represent. I think they're all kind of like, well, clearly, like, I've played men. Like, we share gyms and stuff.
Yeah.
I know we would get fucked up beyond recognition.
Yeah.
It would be 100-0 shutout if we were to play that. Like, so it just feels like
men's Olympic team versus women's Olympic.
We play that clip on here of when Brittany Griner was saying. I think that was one of our early podcast things.
Yeah, it was super early.
Brittany Griner said she could
That's
beat
when we were
DeMarcus
popular.
Cousins one-on-one, and it was at the Olympic trials, and they're walking around interviewing people, and I mean, people are like, "What? Nah!" Like,
no fucking way.
Can't even like entertain the question. Like Kevin Durant put his face like in his hands. It was like, I don't know about that one. Like,
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Do you see who Marvel announced?
I don't think so.
A new spin on a character. A new version of Hawkeye. A non-binary, two-spirited Native American Hawkeye.
Like a Marvel comic is starting this? Or this is... That's a little testosterone research.
That's just... Don't even mind that.
That's the sex hormone globulin, and it's snatching up all my testosterone, making it unavailable to me. And apparently it's spiked by the painkillers, is what he's claiming. That's what his allegation is.
But who the fuck? What does that wop know?
Yeah, Guinea.
I was listening to a war mode where they were talking about testosterone. I almost sent it to you. Marvel's newest Avenger. A historic first. There he is. Biba Gander. Take a look.
Can you do Control F first appearance? First app.
There's 2 matches for first. It's no. It says new. For decades, Marvel's superheroes have grown and changed with the times, passing down. What? I don't know. Who knows? They're appealing to the crowd, to the masses.
In the latest volume of the Ultimates, the run of comics focuses on Earth 6160. Regular Earth is 616.
616?
Yeah. But the Ultimates is where a lot of the movies pulled their shit from, because the Ultimates was like when they tried to, in the 2000s, they tried to like retell Marvel from the beginning, kind of. Like they made it, regular comics were still going, but then they had the Ultimate Universe where they kind of did like a highlight reel almost. So
of everything.
It was like a speed run. So you hit, there was still like new twists and stuff. A lot of it was. A lot of the early stuff was. I kind of hate the 2000s era of comics, so a lot of it isn't for me. But my boss's son gave me the X-Men omnibus to read, and I thought that was good. My friend Adonis loves the Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, so a lot of the early stuff
that's
was
Ultimate
good.
Spider-Man?
What?
I've seen Ultimate Spider-Man before. I didn't know what that was.
The show, there's a cartoon called Ultimate Spider-Man, and I think that was just like a random adjective.
Okay.
But... So, yeah, I just wanted to see if he was, like, from a thing. So, allegedly he does exist, but it seems like he's saying it came out in the current run, which means they only introduced him in the comics so that they could put him in a movie. It's not like he's some old...
He's getting it. How long before he gets a movie? Or a show? What are our thoughts on this?
Well, isn't that what this is saying? Or is it saying that it's only existing in comics?
This is them
so far?
introducing the character.
Oh.
This is just the intro of the character. This just happened, I guess.
Okay, that's what I thought you were saying he was getting in a show or something.
No. I'm sorry.
Does that look
no,
like a...
That released a day ago.
Okay,
This is hot news. I got it this morning. I was hyped.
Yeah, I mean, they do shit like that whenever. I'm surprised. They already have a couple Native American people. It's not like...
Yeah, that's not the thing, though.
The
non-binary, two-spirited.
Well, that's what non-binary people always like to reference is Native Americans and their two-spirit thing, which I don't think is the same thing.
I didn't know that was the thing.
Oh, yeah. They have like a two-spirit thing. I think that's just acknowledging that you have like male and feminine qualities or whatever.
Two-spirit is a...
Non-binary means that you don't claim either one. Like, I don't... They like to lump it all together for the numbers, but it's like...
That's the thing.
Because if it's just your thing, it's like there's 7 of you. I don't need to give a shit. But when you lump it into LGBT, then it's like, okay, well, I care about gay people. I care about lesbian. Like, I give those people props and stuff. But so then by their work and credit...
You support LGBTQ+.
These people now get the fucking hookup or whatever, and it's like, I don't really care about, like, non-binary people. Like,
yeah, what does that mean?
It doesn't really mean anything to me, yeah.
Native people who fulfill a traditional third gender or gender variant social role in their communities.
It's like a shaman.
A shaman. These shaman, they all come on, they invert the penis. It's a whole thing. It's a whole ceremony. They invert the penis, becomes a vagina. They then push
Charlie Kirk was really getting into that the other day.
He's fucking nuts, dude. He's insane. Dude, he fucking picks fights with these people. It's insane.
People will be like, well, I don't think we need to get into like the details. He's like, no, explain to me. What do they do to the penis? He's like, you tell me.
You tell me what they do. Like, I don't know.
And then they start saying, he's like, that's wrong, actually, what they do. And it's like, why do you know in detail what they do? Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
I don't know if he started Turning Point or that whole like movement or whatever. He's up there with like Alex Jones. Like he's up there with like InfoWars. They're like Turning Point, InfoWars. These far right sorts of fucking pieces of shit. No, he's a fucking nut. He's great though. He makes good points.
There's gonna come out something about him that he like eats his wife or something.
Something's fucked up.
Takes bites out of her.
Yeah.
He's gonna have some level of weird thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have pedo vibes.
No.
At all.
No, his thing will be non-sexual. People like that don't care about sex.
No. At all. Smoking wife.
But that's for status.
It is for status.
He doesn't touch her.
Bro, you guys...
He's in the books. He's in the research. He's in the lab.
He's in the pit.
She's with the pool boy, and he knows and doesn't care, and it's on a level that's not even cooking, because it's just business.
It's business. You're there for appearance. I
need you to raise my children. They need a strong woman figure in the home.
I need a big-titted blonde to fucking stand behind me while I talk.
To sell this book.
Yeah, we're going to fucking make some money, bitch.
I need to be able to tell people that if they follow these steps, they could end up with a woman like you.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck what you do on the side.
Yeah. I paid your father good money.
I paid him good money. Yeah, that's all I had about that.
Yeah, that doesn't upset me. They could do whatever they want in alternate I don't like... It's not like they changed Hawkeye to
That's
him.
what I thought it was, to be honest with you, when I first read it. And now, as we dove into it, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, the Ultimate Universe is for shit like that. Like, Earth 2 is DC's version of that nowadays. Earth 2 used to be something different, but nowadays Earth 2 is that. And they have, like, Black Superman and stuff like that. Like, that's where
Which is fine. Black man, he's fine.
On Earth 2, that's fine. The fucking world would end if they made Black Superman in regular Earth 1 comics. DC would be burnt to the fucking ground. They wouldn't have a penny to their fucking name. People don't even care about Superman anymore. But they would hate that. They don't love him anymore, but they would hate that he would be changed. I just... telling you how it is. You know what I don't like? I don't like when I have to listen to people who don't give me a little bit of fucking credit for being, like, amongst people when these, like, we'll talk about movies and shows and comics and shit, and they'll tell me, like, how the reception to it was. And I'm like, yeah, but we both have Twitter or Google or whatever, I was selling the thing to people. Like, I have like a better, obviously it's a small sample size compared to the world, but I at least have some level of like, not just the bullshit articles and stuff. I have some level of like talking to other humans about it. Because sometimes people at work will just say like, I say a thing, then they say a thing, and I want to be like, okay, well, I say my thing again, but now this time citing a source. Like,
your thing has more weight, is what you're saying. You're better than them, which is good. That's
across
confidence.
The board, but I mean, like when it comes to that, like some of the, it's like MMA too. Like it's fun. I miss being able to talk about MMA and comics and stuff with certain people. So I do it with the people that I can. But then the one dude was saying like, I was like, oh, like Pereira Roundtree this weekend. That should be fun. He's like, yeah, dude. I hope they just do like a sparring style, like boxing match. I'm like, what in the fuck are you saying right now? What on earth are you saying to me right now? And I have to be like, yep, should be good.
Why?
Like,
because you can't go, well, why would they do that?
It's not going to be fun for either of us.
No, you'd be Charlie Kirk.
It's not good for either of us. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted it to be like, we're both excited, right? Okay, cool.
Good.
And then I'm called an asshole.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I thought I did good, but okay, fuck me. I thought what I had in my head would have been an asshole, and I did the good thing. But apparently nothing is ever good enough.
It's not. And that's something you got to remember. You'll never, it's never
remember it. It's on a loop.
You gotta just.
That's what, there's so many, I mean, I believe it, kind of, like the positive thinking and stuff. I believe it, kind of. But they also say it like, just start doing it. And it's like, yo.
They said it with like confidence too. Like, just be confident.
That one, I don't.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Because they pair it with be yourself, which if you're not confident, what are we doing? What contradiction that is.
You just got to get yourself out there. Be yourself. Talk to people. Come on. It's not hard.
Thank you.
I met your father.
Yeah, exactly.
I met your father.
Hey, how'd you lock him down? This fat hunk of shit. Yeah, no, my mom never has spoken those words to me. Look at this one that I reeled in.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean, though. That's the facts of life. What are you doing this weekend? Anything fun or going out anywhere?
You're trying to set me up for my bit?
This is a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say, like, yeah, no, I'm laying low this weekend, just kind of doing my own thing. But a lot of times what that means is I didn't get the invite.
We're workshopping it.
I didn't get the invite. And we came in from the ass angle.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'll do it as stand-up one day.
We're workshopping it. We're getting there. This pod could have ended 10 minutes
Characters need workshops.
All right.
That's very hot.
In here? I'm a little hot, to be honest with you. All right. We'll see you fuckers next week. Stay black.